Hello, today I'm going to be making this green seasoning. I think this is of Caribbean origin. I originally saw it being used by my St. Lucian friend. It is so easy to make and it's so handy to have in your kitchen. You can use it for any marinades and you can even use it in stews, and I love using it for chicken. It's so nice. It's a really nice base for your marinades. So in this recipe, I'm using 30 grams of basil, so just a pack of basil, and then I'm using flat leaf parsley, 50 grams altogether, so I'm using 2 packs of that. You can use normal parsley if you wanted. And then I have some spring onions. It's just a pack of spring onions. There's roughly about 7 pieces in there, or it might be 6. And then there is celeries as well, so I'm only going to take 2 sticks of celery from that, and then 2 big lumps of ginger and 2 bulbs of garlic. I know you see 1 there, but I used 2. And then 1 onion. I have some chili there as well. You can use any type of chili you want. You can use Scotch bonnet, but I decided to use those pointy chilies. As you can see, my measurements aren't very specific. That is because you can really personalize this to however you like. What I would just say is that the celery, ginger, garlic, spring onions, parsley are important in this recipe. The basil, that's optional. The chili, that's also optional. So you really can do anything you want with this. You can add other herbs like thyme, cilantro, bell peppers. What this mixture really provides is like a ready-made herbal mixture that you have in the fridge and you can just take out and put in any food. I used this. I made mac and cheese. I made cauliflower cheese and I added this to it, just like you would add, some parsley flakes or some, garlic powder to your food. You can add this in place of it because it's all in there. Doesn't that make sense? So I'm just chopping up my vegetables. They don't have to be small at all. I'm just making it a little easier for my blender to blend them. But you can chop them up really big. No big deal. And the handy thing about this is you can make a pretty big batch and you can store it in the fridge. My last batch that I made lasted in the fridge for about a month and a half and it was good. It was fine. You can also keep it in the freezer in little bits and then bring it out when you need it. So this is so versatile, easy to store and really easy to make as well. So it's really great. I love it. And also, you know what I've discovered since I started making this green seasoning? When you leave it in the fridge, it kind of merges together. I mean, the mixture, it kind of like marries and soaks in together, and they kind of, I don't know how to word it. It's like they get to know each other and the flavors really come out so much better. So what I would say is after about a week of this being in the fridge, it is so much better. In terms of the flavor, I mean. Honestly, ever since I discovered this recipe, my chicken game is on a whole new level, and even the flavors in my food are better as well because I add this base of herbs to my food. So I would really recommend that you try this out and use it as well. So there is all my vegetables all chopped up, ready to get blended together. So I'm using a food processor. You could use a blender, but I'm using a food processor because I don't want it blended, completely smooth. You do want it to be kind of coarse. if you're going to use a blender, maybe you could pulse the blender, and that would prevent it from going really smooth. But if you have a food processor, it's much easier. So then I added some vegetable oil to my vegetables before blending them together. The oil kind of binds them together better, basically. And then of course the oil makes blending a lot easier as well. And then of course the other thing is the oil acts kind of like a preservative for the herbs, especially when you are storing them in the fridge. By the way, olive oil is an excellent alternative to vegetable oil in this recipe, and actually I would probably prefer to use olive oil, to be honest. So just to show you, the herb mixture is still really coarse, so I am going to continue to blend it for a bit longer. The chunkiness of your green seasoning really depends on you. I like mine really fine so that it blends really well with whatever I add it to when I'm cooking, but you can make yours really chunky if you wanted. So I've just stopped it here again just to stir it around to make sure that any big chunks around get mixed in so that they all get blended together nice and thoroughly and evenly. So right here I was happy to stop the blending, so it is the texture that I'm happy with. It's still coarse, but it doesn't have huge lumps in it, which I'm happy about. I like to store my seasoning in glass jars in the fridge. So this was a honey jar that I washed and cleaned, and now I can repurpose it as my herb jar. So there it is. I'm just scooping it in. It looks really nice and it's gonna live in the fridge till I use it all up. Trust me, this is so worth making. It's really handy to have in your kitchen at all times. If you do make this, leave a comment and let me know how much this has changed your life and how much you love it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and come back again next time. Thank you and bye bye.